As you can see, this is a beautiful UNESCO World Heritage Site. There's just so many beautiful sculptures and structures here. The soup is just so delicious on its own without any other sauce put inside yet. We are at the Sultan's Palace here in Yogyakarta. Alright guys, we have arrived at our next stop, which is a simple chicken noodle joint. It's just along the road, and it is famous for their Mie Ayam, which is basically noodles and chicken. But first, I had to get the famous orange juice. Oh yeah, that's so fresh, that's so refreshing. It's absolutely what I need. But anyways, these noodles, very simple. They just cover it in this chicken with a broth, and then the noodles are very thick, along with the mustard greens that they put inside the noodles. But I just want to give these noodles a try first. Oh, that broth is delicious. It's so oily, it's so flavorful. It has that like spice, like that cinnamon spice sort of taste. It's like the chicken's been stewed for such a long time. Oh, that is delicious. The noodles pick up all that sauce, and then you just eat it all together. It's so delicious. Well, the noodles do a very good job of just taking all that sauce and putting it just all together. Let's try a bit of this, the chicken and the sauce. Oh yeah. That chicken is seasoned perfectly. The sauce is doing such an amazing job of coating the noodles, coating the chicken, coating everything in this bowl. Oh, but wait, we need to add some chili. So we have some chili here, and we are going to put just a tiny bit. That chili is amazing. That chili it's not very spicy, but it just has such good flavor to the chili. You can really tell that the flavor kicks in. Oh, that is delicious. Oh, that is a really good chili, and it cuts down on the oiliness from the broth that coats all the noodles together. Oh, that is really well done. That was a delicious bowl of noodles, absolutely worth it. Total meal was 17,000 rupiah, 14,000 for the chicken noodles and 3,000 for the orange juice on the side, but that's absolutely worth it. Every single rupiah. That was one of the best chicken noodles I've ever had. We're gonna go get some more food somewhere else. I'll see you guys at the next stop. We have arrived to our next stop, which is famous for their beef noodle soup. It's a place called Soto Pak Sabar, and we're just gonna go in. So this place is in a sort of al fresco dining style. They have all these bamboo beams everywhere. But the wind is really nice. It just blows into the restaurant, and you just sit down. It's all open seating, and there's so many seats, all these long benches that you can sit at. And then they are famous for one thing, which is their Soto Campur, which is their sort of beef noodle soup. So I've tried pho, I've tried bun bo hui. So I think it's time for me to try what Indonesian beef noodle soup is like here. Terima kasih. Oh wow.
Sotonya, yes, no?
Soto?
Yes.
Yes. It's very good.
Very good.
Bagus.
Yeah.
The beef soup is here. And when you think beef soup, you usually think beef noodle soup. But this is a complete turn of events. This is beef rice soup, which I'm very surprised by. We're just gonna taste the broth on its own. It's really simple. It's just some rice, they have some broth on it, and then they have a few slices of beef just on top of the whole bowl. Then they put it with some shallots and some spring onions. It looks very simple, but we're gonna start off with the broth. Oh, wow! This broth it's sweet. It's so sweet. I just can't. It's a very sweet broth. I think it's because they cooked it in the rice for a very long time and it absorbed a lot of the rice water. But compared to say pho or bun bo hui, this is a very sweet soup. So I think we're gonna need to add some chili, or else I don't know if it will have the spice level for me. Oh yeah. Oh, that chili is amazing. And it's not just chili. They have carrots, they have onions, they have so many ingredients to make that chili sauce. It's not just pure chili. Oh, that is a really good chili sauce. And of course, for any beef soup, you need some lemons. So we're gonna go squeeze some lemons on top. And finally, let's mix this bad boy together. Just getting a bit of everything, some bean sprouts, some rice, some beef, some of the fried shallot, and some of the spring onions. We're just mixing it together, and we're gonna give it a little try, get some of that soup in. Yeah. Oh. That beef is so tender. Like, can you just look at that beef? It just melts immediately in your mouth, and the vegetables bring a sort of crispness to it. So you have that very soft beef, and then you have that very crisp vegetables, and then together they're in this soup with rice. It's just one big happy family all together in one bowl. And you have the chili that kicks in a little bit. Oh, this is a delicious bowl of beef noodles. Oh no, not noodles, beef soup. Oh, but it's so good. The combination of all the elements, the very soft beef, the crisp vegetables, it just adds another dimension to this entire soup that works so very well. And this is one of the best beef soups in all of Yogyakarta, and I'd probably say all of Indonesia. But the flavor, the sweetness, coupled with the earthiness from the vegetables and the chili sauce works so well together to create the broth. So overall the flavor is amazing, and the textures are so cooperative because you have that very soft tender beef and you have those crisp vegetables. The flavor is just amazing. This is a definite must-try bowl of beef soup when you come to Yogyakarta. Oh, that is a delicious bowl of noodles. The combination just works so well. It's like one big happy family, each ingredient doing its part, and it's so perfect. Like the bowl of beef soup, it's like the opposite of the Trumps, and it's just like the Obamas. It works perfectly, the family is happy, it works together, and it's not dysfunctional. So, delicious bowl of beef soup there. Highly recommended if you come to Yogyakarta. And the people here are so friendly, the staff is so nice, and the environment. The bamboo hut, that sort of wind blowing in, it's just, you could just stay there for hours and it would just never end. But now we need to walk off all that food, so we are going to an ancient ruin to spend the rest of the day until the sun sets. We have made it to the next temple ruin for the day. This is known as Prambanan. It's actually a Hindu temple compared to the Buddhist temple that Borobudur was. But this is like the royal temple. There's a lot of Hindu influence on this one, so a lot of the carvings depict Hindu stories, much like Angkor Wat. So we are just walking over to the temple right now. We've just gone through security and gone through the ticket checking. I'll show you guys more of the temple. just finished the sunset. As you can see, it's already dark behind me. The temple was beautiful. Prambanan is one of the most beautiful temples I think I've ever seen. We are just waiting for our grab bike to take us to one of our places for dinner tonight, and I have a very good feeling because this place is supposed to be one of the best. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called true love at first sight. Oh, you're so beautiful. Smell the aroma of the lamb and the chicken. It just fell right apart in my mouth.